Hey, and thank you for clicking play. Before we get into what I did at the Nexus Toy Fair, I just want to first just remind you that on Saturday the 28th of October I'll be doing a Halloween live stream. We will play Until Dawn Rush of Blood on the PS4, PSVR. So if you want to see me scaring the crap out of myself, then feel free to join me for that. But other than that, yeah. So so that will be on the Saturday 28th of October at 8 p.m. Perth time, which will be about 1 p.m. UK time, and you can work out your own time zones from there. Okay. 7th of October, I went to the Nexus Toy Fair, which is something I've been wanting to get to for ages. Every time I've seen it on Facebook, I've clicked interested, but always never managed to get to it until now. So the Nexus Toy Fair is basically a nice big toy collectors meet where just everybody goes, sets up tables to sell their wares. And there's all sorts there. There's original stuff, there's reissue stuff, old, modern, there's toys, computer games, videos, Lego, cars, lots of Star Wars stuff, both original and reissue. There was a couple of complete Millennium Falcon original ones, and also a couple of X-Wings as well, really good condition. There was a boxed Endor edition AT-AT as well. And from the computer game front, which is obviously what I'm into and most of you are into, there were people selling games. There were people selling PlayStation 1s, lots of them to see there. PlayStation 2s, PlayStation 2 Slims, joysticks, niche technology games. Like the laser gun that you shoot at you play a video and then you shoot at the TV screen to get your score up, that kind of stuff. Transformers stuff, G.I. Joe, which was Action Force in the UK. Tons and tons of comics. There were book stalls. There's Lego, new and old as well. So much stuff. So much stuff. But obviously, predominantly, I'm into the computer games. Did I buy anything? Yes, of course I did. So let's have a look. So as soon as I walked in, basically, it's quite a big hall. And so there's tables all around the edge, and then there's tables up through the middle as well. So a couple of corridors to walk up and down. So I decided when I walked in I was going to do a lap or three. I ended up doing three, just to get a feel of the place, and then I would buy from there. But as soon as I walked in, I saw a couple of things, and somebody was already pouring at them, and I thought, well, if he doesn't buy them, I'm going to at least find out what the guy wants for them, and I'll take them before I do my lap because I want them. And that's what happened. And so I negotiated for $15, so about £7.50. These two items as soon as I walked in the door. So that was so that was the price. So 15 for the pair is what I negotiated. And so I got Carmageddon for the PC CD-ROM. Now obviously it hasn't got the big box and it hasn't got the manual. It is just the CD in case. So that's not really the bargain part of the bargain. And I don't feel, it's not a bargain, but I certainly don't feel hard done by, because the other one that I picked up as that pair is Time Splitters for the PS2. Now Time Splitters is probably the first-person shooter I played on the PS2 when I had one originally. Absolutely love this game. Love the caricature style of the 3D models, and that's complete. And the guy said he had tested this and knew it was working. Got the manual in there as well. So very happy to have Time Splitters. First PS2 in my recollecting journey. First PS2 title. I don't want many PS2 titles, but I could probably name them on one hand. But Carmageddon's a choice title as always, and Time Splitters is as well. Was it Time Splitters 2 or 3? Let me know in the comments that had the level editor where you could create your own battle arenas. Let me know if you know. I might have only had 2 of the games and not all 3. The next thing I saw going around, and again this was on the first lap, but I thought I'm having that because it's something I had growing up and this is what it's all about. And this is actually really cool. But I didn't buy this for me. I bought this for my son Luke because he's as big a bigger Star Wars nut than I was. He's gone great guns. And he's got pretty much every Star Wars book going, except one that I kept telling him about. And I said, I had this Star Wars book that I picked up at a second-hand book fair when I was about, I don't know, probably about 10 years old. And it was just called Star Wars from the Adventures of Luke Skywalker. And this is exactly how I remember that book. This is the same book. Not the exact same one, but you know what I'm saying. Cost me about 10p back when I picked it up secondhand. Now $10, so about £5, but I think that's a fair price. So Star Wars, and it says from the Adventures of Luke Skywalker. It doesn't say episode 4 anywhere at all. And then it says a spectacular motion picture from 20th Century Fox. There, really cool. In fact, does it say episode 4 when you open it? I don't think it does. Just says Star Wars, George Lucas. I'm being careful because some of the pages are loose. It might need a bit of spine gluing carefully. I'll have to look into how to do that. What's in the middle, and this is where these pages are starting to fall out because they are more rigid, is you've got the photos from the motion picture in there as well. Really cool. So I had this growing up. My actual one might still be in my parents' loft, I'm not sure. But this isn't mine. This is for my boy Luke, for his collection, because that's quite a nice piece. And quite a few people, as I was walking around, were saying, oh, which Star Wars book did you pick up? Because they thought it was one of the ones from Legends or whatever, or the Extended Universe that they knew about. And I'm like, nah, check this out. This is what it is. So, yeah, really pleased. Really, really pleased with that. Speaking of chatting to people all the way around, somebody shouted out, Chris, and I turned around and looked at them and they said, oh, you don't know me, but I watch your channel. So I think his name was Ben. Hope I've got that right. So Ben, thank you so much for saying hello at the Nexus Toy Fair. Really appreciated it. I was probably a bit dazed because I wasn't really expecting somebody to recognise me, because I know people watch, but I don't know where everybody is, and I'm certainly not expecting to be spotted, as it were. The last thing I picked up, so I haven't picked up any toys, I must confess, but it's Knight Rider on Blu-ray. So not retro in itself, but it is retro. And this wasn't particularly cheap, but certainly cheaper than you get it in the shops. And I've got them all on DVD except Season 2. I was never able to find Season 2, so I thought, stuff it. Because I think even to buy them on DVD is about $100. The box set, and I got this for $50 for the Blu-ray, so I mean I'm happy with that. So now I've got all of them. Now I can actually watch beyond Season 1, because I didn't want to watch the rest out of order because it don't make sense. Not that you really have to watch them in order, but you do. So really happy with that. So look, Nexus Toy Fair, if you're into toy collecting and you're in Perth, I think it's great. I know where to go for retro games. There's plenty of retro gaming shops around Perth. But I would certainly go back to a Nexus Toy Fair in the future to see what games are available or systems. But for toy collecting and comic books and all of that kind of stuff, I actually wouldn't know where to go anymore. I mean, there's a few comic book shops, but retro toy shops, no idea. So I think it's great that they do this thing. I think it's about once a quarter. I know the next one is in January. So yeah, if that's your thing and you're in Perth, check out the Nexus Toy Fair. I had a good time. There you go. Thank you for watching. Including you, Ben. Cheers. Bye.